The best thing about owning a console made by Nintendo is that they always had great party games, games you love to play with your friends. It's probably the one thing they did better than any other system. However, every now and then there would come along a Nintendo game that you took a little too seriously. And with that in mind, I'd like to present you with the top 5 Nintendo games that made you hate your friends.
5.
Let's kick things off with the casual party game that winds up being anything but casual. I'm talking about Mario Party, specifically Mario Party 8. I have at least 2 friends that won't come to my apartment anymore because of arguments that started from this game. The teams are assigned randomly, so if you end up with someone who has no idea what they're doing in the minigame, you're not getting any coins, and you're going to want to shove their head right into that bowl of pretzels you set out for everyone. Then you add in the ability to steal stars from your opponents with Dulo candy, and you've got yourself a recipe for some ex-best friends.
4.
Moving on, I'm gonna get a little retro on you. The game that first introduced me to the concept of turning my gamer rage on my friends was Super Bomberman for the Super Nintendo. This game was incredibly fun, but could also turn vicious very quickly. When your buddy gets a few of those bomb power-ups that make their explosion range hit you all the way across the screen, you start wanting to elbow drop them in the neck. And then there was the famous kick wars, where you and your friend would keep kicking a bomb back and forth until one of you finally gets blown to tiny little pieces. Ah yes, fond memories of wanting to shove my little brother in the trash can. Good times.
3.
And of course, this list absolutely needs to have Mario Kart in it. Really, any Mario Kart game ends up getting ridiculously suspenseful when you're speeding towards the finish line with a blue shell seconds away from obliterating your first place finish. But the game I remember as causing the most havoc was Mario Kart 64. Now this was before the days of online play, so if you were playing multiplayer, you were sitting in the same room as the people you were trying to knock off the road with that star power-up. And the battle mode was just the worst. There is no worse feeling in the world than going from 3 balloons to none because someone was sitting behind you with 3 red turtle shells just waiting to mess your day up.
2.
Next up is a game that I'm sure many of you are familiar with, Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Yes, Super Smash Bros. Has a long tradition of making you wonder if your controller would break if you smashed it against your friend's head, but I really feel like they perfected things in Brawl. There's lots of characters with attacks that you feel are way overpowered. At least once during every Smash Bros. Session, someone's going to get screamed at for picking a goddamn noob character. And if you have items on, you might as well phone the cops now before you start, because there will be physical violence when someone who should be dead with 150 damage just happens to get lucky and wind up next to a hammer.
1.
And taking the top spot on our list is an infuriating game that I'm sure you all remember. It was for the N64, a little game by the name of GoldenEye. This game holds a special place in most gamers' hearts as it introduced many of us to the joys of multiplayer FPS games. But GoldenEye also had a dark side. And by dark side, I mean your I'm gonna camp the body armor all damn day with a Moonraker laser friend who made the game completely unplayable and sucked all the fun right out of it. And let's not forget Mr. I'm gonna set up proximity mines on every weapon and every ammo crate in the entire level. It was always surprising to me the depths my friends would sink just to win
Really, the depths that your friends would... This coming from the guy that just played Odd Job in every single game that we just played of GoldenEye.
Oh yeah, Odd Job's a legitimate character.
Turn the camera off.
No, don't
Dude, turn the camera off.
I'm
Turn it
worried.
off.
Please.